on a Saturday. Been feeling a little under the weather the last couple of days and just wanted to get on for a little bit, say hi to everybody, and show off a few things. One of the things I've been working on today, aside from my usual Saturday housekeeping, has been going through Reign of Ages 4, looking for things that need to be corrected before we go to print. Want to have that all done before we launch the Kickstarter campaign. And then I also am finishing up building the Kickstarter campaign. Had it mostly done, and then I went to validate my ID, and I either had like an extra character or a keystroke error or something. Couldn't validate my ID, so I had to can that one and start building a new campaign. We'll get that approved. Well, sent for approval probably tonight or tomorrow, and then should be ready to go live next week. Just wanted to just hang out for a little bit, I guess is a good way to put it. I need to get my glasses back. I take these off because of the glare on the stream. And I don't want that to be there. All right, so there we go. Let's get rid of that fake content that Restream generates. The other thing, too, is I'm thinking about moving away from the free version of Restream and going to the paid model. I just have to weigh the benefits of it. Because if I'm going to pay almost $500 a year for Restream, then I really need to make sure I'm getting some value out of it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to move this a little bit out of the way. Ooh, my big gnarly hand. I have been prepping stuff so that we can, whoops, that's what I get for using my webcam. Prepping some stuff so that we can use some images for the Kickstarter campaign. And there we go. I think it actually shows up better if I just do it this way. There we go. But the whole slew of images, I want to make sure that it's obvious that they're real and not like AI generated, you know? So we actually still have some of the not safe for work nude versions of this cover. I don't show them at conventions. We usually keep a handful of them behind the counter. And then if anyone asks if we have any, but people don't usually go around at comic conventions asking if you have any nude cover options. So we sell only a handful of them, a month, if that. I mean, some months we don't move any of them. So I've learned a little bit of a lesson. We've done 2 not safe for work covers on the Reign series, and we have 1 not safe for work cover for, well, some people would argue that all the covers for Tibi aren't safe for work, but I disagree. Then we have this gorgeous one. There we go. Hopefully X and YouTube won't can me for that. But that is going to be the not safe for work cover for Tibi and Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms issue 2. So for all of you who are out there watching this, obviously not at the moment because we haven't picked up any viewers yet, but when we get ready to launch that campaign, I've got to figure out what we're going to do with that cover. Now, part of me says we should take and figure out how to offer it within Kickstarter and keep it as like a Kickstarter exclusive thing. Another part of me says, no, go over to one of the sites that's opened up specifically for not safe for work content and see if that works out well or not. Another part of me says, why don't we take and put it out through mainstream distribution as an exclusive that way and see what we can do. But the problem with that is it's about $500 just for the listing. So realistically, if we factor in the number of art prints we sold, that cost, the cost of the cover, we would need to sell about 1,300 copies of the Not Safe for Work cover in order to make it work. So I don't know. That's a big question mark right there. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's a good way to offer up those risque 18 and up comic book covers or artworks? I don't know yet. The whole thing with Kickstarter really kind of, and I know they backpedaled on that. I get that. But I mean, at the same token, we're still at the mercy of Stripe and other payment vendors. So part of me says, well, put up your own website, use a payment vendor who doesn't, get chafed about stuff like that. There's a lot to be said for that, but of course, there's also the financial obligation, the network security obligation, hosting, and all that. Of course, it could be that in the years I've been working professionally, I may have an over exaggeration sense of the need for security on websites, but that could just be me. Oh man. But yeah, if I do take and go for the paid version of Restream, I could do 5 channels. And so I think I would do X/Twitter, where we are here, along with YouTube, where we're also at. Hi, everybody. I would probably add Facebook and maybe Kick and Rumble, maybe. I don't know. Record it after that and then upload it to the Substack. Yeah. Maybe also upload that content to Patreon and wherever else. We shut down the Snoppa Patreon years and years and years ago. We have some people who steadfastly refuse to withdraw their support, which love you guys. You guys are awesome. So we refund that like every 3 months so that we can send their money back to them. Matter of fact, I think I need to do that again this weekend. But we may get back into the production grind enough that we can responsibly relaunch the Patreon. But that's a whiles off. We'll work on that some more. I have, I'm expecting, matter of fact, I should probably check this right now. I'm expecting a communication from Damian Torres. And actually, let me turn these down so that this doesn't beep. Well, there we go. So this doesn't beep, 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 and beep. There we go. Actually, while we're in here, let's check and see if we can hear. Let's see here. Test for sound. Actually, while we're in here, let's check and see if we can hear. Yep. Yay, people can hear us. Cool. All right. But anyway, should be hearing from Damian Torres pretty soon. I'll tell you what, man. He's working on another artwork for us. It is Tibby from Tibby and Her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms. We're doing a safe for work kind of thing, celebrating the 4th of July. And it's a big 4th of July year this year. We're looking at 250 years. The weird thing is that I'm old enough that I can remember the bicentennial celebration. Makes me feel freaking ancient, I'm telling you. Now, I was a child. I was a young child. I can still remember my parents and me and my toddler brother. He was a toddler at the time, I should clarify. Duh. Watching the fireworks over the television that were going off around the Statue of Liberty, and then also going out and having fireworks in our neighborhood. You know, so that was fun. And even back then in '76, we still played that favorite of American pastimes, where you guess, is it gunfire or fireworks? Sometimes both, right? Sometimes both. Man, one of the things I was going to talk about, and probably I guess I will now, is Twitter/X, or however we want to call it today. My feed has been pretty weird recently. Let me get into here. And so, whereas normally I see a lot of fun pop culture nerd stuff, I've been seeing a lot of weird stuff here lately. Hey, it's Damien. Everyone say hi to Damien. Let's see here. There we go. Tell them I'm streaming at the moment. There we go. All right. Enough of that nonsense. I guess it's kind of rude to be on the phone while you're streaming to people, but for anyone who's watching this after the fact, sorry about that. It is what it is. But yeah, Damien's working on an illustration, and actually he just told me that he should be completely done over this week, so that's good. And we'll be getting the original here. Hey, Damien, I'm streaming, and we don't have anyone watching at the moment, so I can go ahead and get away with this. But yeah, I was just telling people that you were working on a Tibby illustration for us for the 4th of July, so that's kind of cool. Oh, man. I guess I'll leave these glasses on for a little bit because he's probably going to reply. But like I was saying, I was looking at my Twitter/X feed, and it's vastly different here lately. Vastly different. Like, whereas normally I see just, a lot of pop culture stuff, here lately, the last week or so, I've been seeing what look like a lot of bots. Like a lot of bots. Like people just throwing up like gender-based conflicts and just some weird online arguments between different content creators and different comic creators, and not so much in the RPG stuff though, which is good. I never really see a lot of drama in the RPG spot, so that's all right. But I mean, some of the folks in the indie comic scene are really seem to be having a tough time. So hopefully folks can get their stuff worked out so that they are no longer, fighting and fussing with one another. Oh no. Let me record that because I don't think I typed it right. What I was trying to say is, oh, you've had a rough month too, man. It's like you and I can't catch a break. I am I'm feeling terrible at the moment. I'm actually looking at myself on the stream right now and I look really, really red and pink. It's probably the fever. Oh man. Anyway, like I was saying, folks, there's just some really weird goings on. And I mean, like that happens every once in a while. Where you just see like the algorithm really is like pushing, hey, this is your daily dose of negativity and bullshit. Personally, I prefer when we see like cool positive stuff, like nice positivity or something, or even some weird little memes, right? Like here's a good one. Let's go ahead and share the screen real quick. So, become Soldier Boy, become Omni Man, become Vegeta, become the Hulk. Man, I don't know how anyone could not say become Vegeta, right? I mean, yeah. What's that other meme? I want to be a Super Saiyan. I want to be a Super Saiyan. Hell, I'm 55 years old, and that's the choice I'd make. Who wants to be the Hulk? I mean, yeah, being the strongest being anywhere on Earth is cool and all, but by the same token, man, that's gotta suck. I mean, just being the Hulk really, really, really must be terrible. I can't imagine that if Bruce Banner were a real person that he'd be enjoying that at all. Aha! Do we have a reply? No. We've got spam. Man. Like normally my feed is like, hey, look at this cool scene from Babylon 5, or what was your favorite episode in Star Trek Next Generation, or just fun geek culture kind of stuff. And then every once in a while you get like little bots that were pushing out whatever they're trying to sell you. A lot of OnlyFans bots lately the last few days, and I'm not sure why because I don't subscribe to OnlyFans. Funny thing about that though, talking about OnlyFans, when I first became aware of it, it was because they had people who were comedians and painters, and they also had a lot of folks who were musicians and singers, right? And so you would see these people performing or painting or practicing their routine. Garage bands would upload, practice sessions, or they'd have like little mini concerts. And it was honestly pretty cool. It kind of reminds me a lot of when Kickstarter had Kickstarter Live. Now, Kickstarter Live's been gone for years now, unfortunately. But Kickstarter Live let you basically have a live stream on the Kickstarter campaign without having to import it from wherever else you were going on to. You would just go live on Kickstarter. And people who were following you and people who had pledged to your campaign, man, sorry guys, I know I'm all pink and fleshed up. I got, like I said, I've been under the weather a little bit, so I'm running a bit of a fever. Anyway, people who were pledged to your campaign, or who were watching your campaign, or who were following you as a creator could tune in on Kickstarter and watch your live stream. It was pretty cool. So you would have like some of the things we did with that. We did things like where we had conversations with the artists, and we would do like live streams there where people could ask the artists different questions. We would do one of the things we did is we did the very first D&D game that Alexia Valdez never played in. And she was doing art on one of the D&D projects that we were on. So that was really kind of cool. Her very first D&D session was streamed on on Kickstarter Live. And of course, we play fast and loose with the rules anyway. So it was one of those things where you're just like, man, we just had fun. And it was kind of contagious, right? Like we got some people who pledged or who donated extra on those campaigns during those events, and it was just a good time and a good way to connect with the folks who were in your community. And so, also a big hello to the first two people who've joined us tonight. Unscheduled stream. I'm a little under the weather, but we are just talking about a lot of different things. And I have you guys came in, I think, right as I was talking about Kickstarter Live. We're going way back in the past there, man. Way back there in the past. But the other thing too is that I was talking about how like my Twitter/X feed has changed here the last few days. It's definitely not what I curated it to be, I guess is a good way. The only upside is I'm getting a lot of stuff from different Japanese content creators. So that's kind of cool. So that's pretty neat. Oh, man. Also, we've got chat open running. So if you guys have any comments, any questions, any criticisms or concerns, lay it on me. We're going to do that. I was just talking actually with Damian Torres on my phone. He is working on the art piece that I commissioned him for Tibby as a 4th of July kind of piece. And we're going to make that available probably next week. We'll be live on Kickstarter with Reign of Ages. And then we're going to do art print campaign that I think I'm either going to do on BackerKit or do on Fund My Comic, one or the other. I should probably talk to Luke Stone and see what his impression of it is, to see, because he knows his community very, very well. And so I think I'd like to bounce that off him. So Luke, if you're one of the guys watching this right now, man, give me a holler, okay? Oh, man. But one of the things I showed earlier, guys, before you got here, 47 Furious Tales, I'm working on the Kickstarter campaign. And so I was getting some stuff out to shoot images for the campaign. Because one of the things, too, is that since everything that we're offering is human-made, I wanted to make sure that we stay clear of, like, the AI videos and stuff. The two covers we've got for Reign of Ages 4, cover A and cover B. And then I was mentioning, too, that we have a not safe for work nude cover variant from issue 3. We made that available. So we had some people who asked for one for issue 2. And so we did one for issue 2, and I think we printed like 50 of those. And then we did one for Reign of Ages issue 3, and I think we printed 100 or 150 or something like that. I'd have to go back and look. It's been a few years. So I think it was 2020, early 2024, if I remember right. But we've got some of those still in inventory, and I'll probably make those available on the Kickstarter campaign. One of the other things, too, that came up when whatever change my algorithm happened is that I'm seeing a lot of stuff from people that I followed a good while ago, but hadn't really seen them in my algorithm very much over the last year or so. Miki Arayama, she's a creator, I guess is the best way to put it. She works in a lot of different areas. She has some I'm seeing a lot of posts this week from her saying it's a miracle, books are shipping. I was like, okay. But that's one of the things, too, that's been propagating is a lot of people complaining about them not getting their books from crowdfunding campaigns. And this seems to be mostly comics. I'm not sure what the deal is there, right? Um, and some of the people that I've followed up on this, it tracks back to people who have worked professionally for Marvel, DC, both. People who have had very successful titles and who, for some reason, are just having trouble getting the book to their backers. And I think that this could be explained a number of different ways. Maybe there were mistakes that the creator made. Maybe there were personal issues that got in the way. I don't know. I'm not inside their heads. But I went and I checked out a few of the campaigns. And one of the things I saw on 3 of the campaigns I checked out was that the creators were not responding to the backers in their comment section. And some of those people were even saying, they were posting a few weeks later saying, hey, you still haven't responded to me. I'd like a refund now, and things like that. And that's kind of a bad look. We were a few months late on the D&D adventure, Death Comes to Glenfollow. But we kept our campaign updated, let everyone know what was going on. And we got the book out. We got it shipped to people, and folks seemed to enjoy it. So looking forward to doing the 4th issue and the 4th adventure in that series. Actually, I really, really have some cool ideas for it. So we have like multiple of them outlined anyway, but basically high concept and some things specifically to address, if that makes any sense. But I had made a post on several social media channels about Reign of Ages issue 4's proof copies coming in. And these things look really fantastic. They really do. Gorgeous work by Nick Capone. But there's a few things that I had done that I need to address. I need to correct, right? So, for example, I need to make sure that the covers are correctly indicated, cover credits are correctly indicated. I need to update the copyright registration information because I copied and pasted one of the previous ones in there to get it done. We have a different ad that we're going to be placing on the back for Sky Maiden Studios. And then we will have an ad put together for Tibby and Her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms issue 2 coming to Kickstarter. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. But we'll get that done, get that updated. I might finish that tomorrow. And then I'm going to be looking forward to hearing from Nick, because he should have his copies Monday or Tuesday. And then we'll see just what things he might catch that I might have missed. So let's see here. There we go. Updating the stream information. There we are. We seem to be live real well. Okay, cool deal. Somehow I was looking back at some of these previous videos and such, and somehow we got 1,800 views on a little video I did back in August of 2025. This was 3 weeks before. 3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks before my dad died. So, man, it's weird how stuff like that can mark your calendar, right? Like, oh, this happened right before this person passed. This happened a few weeks after this person passed. It does stick with you. It does stick with you, man. It really does. I don't know. But the thing on Twitter/X, when I look at this, like, I'm used to seeing things like indie comic creators and indie TTRPG creators, artists, painters, stuff like that. I am getting a lot of AI guys posting, rage bait about, if you don't like, AI generated images, you're stuck in the past or whatever. And I think that might be because I've had some comments I put out there concerning the use of AI in commercial works, and so the algorithm's probably targeting that a little bit. But then also we get stuff like people getting married, and that's all fine, well, and good, right? But then you get like just this weird, bizarre, I don't know, political crap, I guess is the best way to put it. And there's just a lot of it. So is this what you guys experience on X/Twitter? A lot of political crap and not much of the stuff that you're used to? Because I'm trying to make certain that I interact with like the creator segments and the stuff I'm interested in and not with the other, because I'm trying to cultivate my feed again and just see if we can't keep it interesting, right? I don't know. It is a pain in the neck. I had forgotten I had framed this up. This was a piece I picked up from Terry Parr when my daughter and I were in San Antonio for the Anarch Press 40th anniversary celebration. And I just thought that was kind of cool. When I was a kid, I used to watch Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie a lot. And I just thought that was kind of neat. It's got these real simple lines, just real simple lines, very, very well executed. You know? Not very complex, not hyper detailed, but he does so much with just a little. And his color usage really, really does add a lot of substance to it. It's neat. I don't know where I'm going to put it, though. I don't. I just don't know. There we go. Set it back there. Oh, man. And the same thing goes for my YouTube feed, right? My YouTube feed's been a little weird. Like, I get some of the channels I usually watch a lot, like Clownfish TV, John's Long Box, Comics by Perch, the Villain Support guys, and then some other anime and manga channels like Chibi Reviews and a few others. Garnt, Montapo, and the other folks. But I'll tell you, some things I'm getting, like Liberal Hive Mind. I'm not really familiar with this, but it seems like it's more political focused. I'll have to. I'm worried if I watch it, the algorithm will think I'm interested in it. But I really kind of want to see what the reason it's being recommended is, if that makes any sense. Some of these I think are tied to me looking at certain news broadcasts. Like there's a lot of stuff on here concerning different political movements in Europe and the United States. And they seem to directly relate to some news I watched online on YouTube a while back. So no telling, man. No telling. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on for a little bit, see if anyone was interested in hearing from us today. We've only had a couple people pop on and off. I am going to go take some Tylenol and try and shake the rest of this fever off of me. And then, guys, definitely keep an eye out. We will be live tomorrow, Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, like always, at the Live at 9. It's the only thing I've thought of to name that. If you guys have a better idea for calling it, put it in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Again, as always, in a world where you can choose to be anything, please do choose to be kind. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.